Hey there, good looking, and join me in this lower body conditioning workout suitable for every level of fitness. Listen, in this workout, all we're doing are compound exercises. So what the heck does that mean, and how does it benefit you? Well, a compound exercise is an exercise that moves multi-joints. So that means more muscles are being worked on your end, and it tends to be a little more functional in nature. If you're doing this workout in real time, this is also day 4 of the 12 Days of Christmas Challenge. For equipment, I recommend a couple of pairs of moderate weight dumbbells, and we are also going to be bulletproofing our core with this workout. So every workout so far in the series, we've hit a different area of the body to bulletproof, and today is your core with the McGill 3. Now, what the heck is the McGill 3? Well, they are the top 3 exercises that Dr. Stuart McGill recommends that we do for a functional, healthy spine and core. And who the heck is he? Well, he's a world-renowned specialist in spine health, as well as a lecturer, a university professor, and he's Canadian. So when he talks, we listen. All right, grab your equipment and let's get started. All right, everybody, as you see, Tia is back in the house helping us out today. If you have a fitness watch and you like to track your workouts, I suggest that you press start now. And I also suggest that you click the HIIT setting, just because we are going to be getting the heart rates up with all of these compound exercises. All right, shall we get ready? Shall we get warmed up? Why not? Feet apart, inhale. Exhale, grab onto the toes, drop the hips, keep those heels on the ground for me. Press one elbow in while we rotate, other elbow, and then fingertips back under the toes, press the hips up, come down again. So if going all the way down doesn't work for you, just go down what serves you best. Could be halfway. We have 4 here. Last one. Press the hips and then just come up into stand. Love it. Side here, hands on the thighs. I want you to inhale, let the low back draw or arch, and then exhale and push away. Or follow Tia. She's doing a really deep range of motion standing cat-cow. For those of you that are with me, we are resting our hands on the thighs and just kind of moving through the pelvis. Tia's version, very yummy. It's moving through the entire body. Last 4. If you have osteoporosis, you'll limit the rounding part. One more. Perfect. Standing, I want you to bend one knee, focus your stare on something stationary, abduct away, standing fire hydrant. Just activate the outer hips, get them ready to help stabilize the hips and help with the knee tracking on our squat and lunge patterns. Last 3, 2, 1. Other side, hip hinge, bend the knee, and away we go. So again, focus your stare on something stationary to help with your balance. Try not to hold on to anything. We do need to train our balance, and it trains just like every other muscle by challenging it. Last 2, 1. Right knee on the ground, left leg extends, hands in front, rock back, and then bring that toe up and down. So getting into the inner thighs. Last 2. 1. Switch sides. Extend. So we rock on top of the wrist, and as we sit back on that back foot, we're going to rotate the toe up towards the ceiling. Last 2. And 1. All right, let's get set up in quadruped position. Wrists underneath the shoulders. You can make fists if that feels better for the wrists. Knees underneath the hips. Extend the left arm and the opposite leg and hold it there for 3, 2, 1, release, other side. This is called a bird dog hold. We're keeping that neutral spine, release. Hips are squared to our ground. Once you've seen us, I want you to just take a gaze at the top of the mat. Good, release. So I want you just to count to 3 in your head and just lower and do the other side. So we have a Stuart McGill, top 3 time 2 rounds. On our backs now for the McGill crunch. Extend one leg, doesn't matter which one. Fingertips under the low back. Draw the belly button in and feel a little pressure on the fingertips. Now lift the head and the shoulders as one unit and hold for 3, 2, 1, release. So this is safe for osteoporosis. Do it again. So as we lift, we want to keep that lower lumbar curve, drawing in the belly button, working the deep core muscles. One leg is extended, the other was bent, just so that we can have time, a neutral spine. Onto one side, side plank. Elbow under shoulder, you can be on full side plank or with me on the knees. Lift the hip, extend out of the shoulder, and hold. Now important on this guy here is that elbows directly under our shoulder. If you're with me with the bent knee, you're going to push the hips towards me a bit, working into the obliques. 30 seconds of work, then we'll do the other side. And all these moves are great primers for our lifts that we're about to do because we need that core activated to do our lunges and squats and deadlifts. Other side. Straight legs or bent knee, elbow under shoulder, lift, press the hips if you're with me. Staying out of that bottom shoulder so we're not letting it drive into the ear. Bird dog hold coming up in 10 seconds. All right, wrists under shoulders, knees apart underneath the hips. Draw the belly button in, find that neutral spine. Left arm, opposite leg, hold. And then release. Other side, reach and hold. Hips are squared. Gaze at the top of your mat. Release. 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 That's all I'm saying. Release, release, release. I'll let you count at home. All right. The McGill crunch. One leg straight, doesn't matter which one, doesn't affect the exercise. We just need one leg straight. Fingers under the low back. Use that as pressure to see whether or not you're pushing that low back into the mat or you're keeping it neutral. We want neutral. You come up, hold for a few breaths or a few seconds, and then you lower. It's not how high you lift. That's not the exercise. The exercise is providing that movement and then your low back, keeping that neutral spine. Side plank coming up. There we go. Let's get onto that forearm. Directly under the shoulder, knees bent or legs straight. 3, 2, 1, lift and hold. Does that 30 seconds seem like the longest 30 seconds ever?
On this side of it.
It was weird. It just seemed really long. Here we go. Ready? And lift. Oh, look at you. Or follow Tia. She's gone rogue again. Last 15 seconds. We'll grab a sip of water and then move into that lower body compound circuit. All right. Grab a quick sip of water. You at home, we got about 30 seconds before we get busy. All right, you at home, Tia's going to be showing and doing the exercises. We're starting with a staggered squat. I want you to grab one of your moderate to heavy dumbbells, goblet style. Now, we're doing this in a B stance. That means we're putting all the weight on this leg, just me or Tia, and a little bit of weight on this guy. It's just a kickstand. All right, from this position, I want you to take it down into a deep squat, as deep as you can, and then drive to stand. So we've got everything working on, if you're mirroring Tia, on your right leg. We have 45 seconds of work, slow and controlled, and you want to make sure you feel the legs right out of the gate, okay? The legs are big muscles. These guys, big muscles. Hamstrings, big muscles. Glutes, big muscles. So we need to load them up and able to stimulate new growth. When the timer goes, we will keep this dumbbell and just switch it into the opposite hand for a staggered stance deadlift. So we're balancing knee flexion to hip extension. Or hip hinge, not extension. One more. All right, so Tia's going to put it in this hand. She still now has everything rooted in this one leg. So I want you to think about that at home for me. Now, hip hinge, drive the hips to the wall behind you. Squeeze and come to stand. Good. Now, Tia likes to have the other hand behind her back. I find that that's actually quite helpful to keep the shoulders squared. You can also have the other hand on the hip. But for everybody, you want to make sure you got that hip hinge pattern. Let's go to the side so they can see it, Tia. So it's that long line. So whatever spine you have standing, guess what? That's that same spine when you're hinged forward. Dumbbells close to the body. When we've completed that, let's do the other side, a staggered stance. How much weight do you have in that working leg? I hope a lot. Time. All right, so let's switch it up. Goblet style. We've got feet hip width apart, and then it's step back a bit. And then we've got a good 80% rooted in that working leg. Drop it down and then drive to stand. So 2 rounds, everyone. 8 exercises, 45 seconds of work. And as mentioned, I've balanced it so it's just not a whole bunch of bending the knees and loading up on that knee joint. We've got hip and knee and ankle working today. So on this exercise, multi-joint, right? Hip, knee, ankle. Tia's like, oh yeah, I'm feeling it. And then what do we got in that midsection there? All her core muscles, all of your core muscles. Fire it up to maintain this spine as you come down and up. We've got one more to go. All right, now dumbbell in the opposite hand of the leg that's working. So, you want to go that way? Perfect. From this position, again, we've got arm behind. Give it a try. It does help you keep those shoulders squared. Come down, dumbbell coming in front. Almost like you are going to shave your legs. That's how close that dumbbell is to your legs, okay? It's winter time though. I only shave my legs now if I'm going to go for a massage. All right, taking it nice and slow. Feeling this in the back of the thigh, in the glute, maybe even in the hips, okay? And then you've got those abs activated, like someone's coming to sucker punch you. You're bracing for that impact. We've got one more to go, and then I need a dumbbell in each hand. Perfect. All right, I want you to come to the very end of a mat. We're performing a walking lunge, so you might even want to go back a bit more, hon. So we're going to walk as many as you can forward, turn around, and go back. So you at home probably don't have to stay within frame like we do, so you might be able to get in a couple of more forward lunges than we can. We like the walking lunge as trainers because it's actually teaching you to do what we do in real life, right? Move forward. We've got the offset, we've got the load in the hand, so the body has to adapt to that with every step forward. My beginners, you may want to get rid of the dumbbells if it's not serving you right now, but we want to work towards that. Deal? Good. I think you said deal. I hope so. Almost there. Perfect. Oh, she wanted to get one more in, even it out. Love it. All right, she's going to go on a bit of a diagonal, feet wider than shoulders, toes turned out. We have a sumo deadlift, so that means it's a wide stance. She comes down with a bent knee, and then she comes up, and then let's go off of the heels and work our balance in our lower legs. So sumo deadlift to calf raise. Now on that calf raise, let's hold it there for a breath. There we go, and lower, just so we get that balance. We find as we age, we lose the muscle in our calf, and that actually has a direct relation to whether or not we have good balance. So if we want to keep our balance so we don't fall and end up like an old person lying in the street, we need to keep the calf. I think about these things now that I'm older, because when you're younger and you fall, people laugh at you. When you're older and you fall, they call 911. So we need to keep the calf strengthened. All right. You'll think about these things when you get older. All right, here we go. So she's going to go on an angle. We've got dumbbell in the right hand, step back, right leg, clean the dumbbell, pulse it for 4, 3, 2, 1. Good. Clean it, 4, 3, 2, 1. Now she's pretty darn deep in her lunge. You might just have a micro bend of the knee. Play around with what's going to feel good for you, but you've got to clean that dumbbell. You got some bicep, but it's a lot of hip too. It's kind of like boom, explosive, and then we sink it down and we pulse it for 4. Good. This one's going to burn the thighs. We've got each leg, and then we take it back to the top. All right, other side.
All right.
Ready? So, dumbbell in your left hand at home. Tighten up to that core. We're going to take the hip, drive, and then 4, 3, 2, 1, and then come to stand. Ready? Let's go, everyone. Yeah, you probably don't think about falling, do you?
I mean, I don't like it.
I know you don't like it. Nobody likes to fall.
But no, I don't.
But yeah, like icy roads, and I think about all that now. And I'm sure you do at home. You will. I hope I'm still alive when you get my age.
You will be.
We'll still be doing workouts together.
Oh, yeah.
That'll be, how old will I be? Oh yeah, I'll be 75. Yeah.
Fucking chill.
Yeah. No.
Great.
I'm gonna be a babe on YouTube at 75.
You can tell them when I'm 55 and I look at you 75, I'll say, I don't look like that.
Yes. So she's gonna look like me when I'm 75. All right, staggered stand squat. No rest for the wicked. Here we go. Final round. 3, 2, 1, down, and then come to stand. Now let's go a little slower on her up. Because she's speeding it up really fast, isn't she? I just thought, let's play around with the tempo. See how that changes things. This is all personal trainers do. We just stand here and then we take a look at your faces and like, oh, this doesn't look hard enough. Let's change the tempo, or let's give them a heavier dumbbell. Yeah, let's make it worse. How can I really ruin your day? Actually, it's leg day, so the gift will actually start giving tomorrow when you try to get
2 days.
Or 2 days. That's right, 2 days. One more, everybody. All right, so keep that same leg that's staggered. Okay, we're pushing the hips rear, hand behind, so that we keep those shoulders squared, and hip hinge for that deadlift. 3, 2, 1, and let's go. So as I said on this one, you guys, you've got the posterior chain now fired up. Hamstring, her glute, actually the side of the hip, We've got the erector spinae group, the base of your spine. We're actually having to keep that dumbbell and that shoulder engaged. So now we've actually even got mid-back. So deadlift is a heck of a lot more than just a leg exercise. Let's do one more, team. All right, staggered squat. Now this is our last round, so I want you to be honest with yourself. Are you lifting heavy enough? Just throwing it out there. Ready, and down. And then slow on the way up. Nicely done, Tia.
I'm listening.
When we worked together at a studio I owned, I used to call her Little Grasshopper.
Good old days.
The good old days. I was pre-COVID. Yeah, pre-COVID. Now that's how we differentiate our world, isn't it? Pre-COVID, post-COVID.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. All right, we're moving into that deadlift. So again, we stagger. And you can even go no weight if that's going to be where you want to be, or maybe your body's just not feeling it. You showed up, so I'm so proud of you. Then go lighter or go no weight. I need you to remember that this journey you're on is not linear. There are lots of pauses. Sometimes you go backwards.
Yeah.
But that's, so long as the journey and we stay on the journey, you will get to where you want to go. There are many in our community that get upset if they miss a workout day. Don't. There's always the next day. Look at me. I'm not working out today. He is doing all the work, and I'm really okay with this.
Yeah.
Walking lunges are coming up. All right, so get yourself so you've got some space to at least hopefully do 4 lunges. That would probably be ideal, is 4, and then we can get the same coming back. All right, 3, 2, 1, let's go. Now when we walk, we're going to allow that knee to travel forward, but it's not shooting right past the toe. And again, you have that option, no dumbbells. The moving pattern on a lunge increases the intensity. We haven't done a lot of walking lunges, in fact, in any of my workouts. So this could be a brand new move for many of you. Last 10 seconds at home. Keep the form though, don't speed it up now that you know that we've coming near the end, or gosh, don't slow down either. All right, sumo deadlift to calf raise. So Tia's gonna get herself set up, that's it. Now her toes are turned out so that when we come down, our knees are tracking with the toes, okay? Let's come down, knees bend a bit, and then lift up high on those heels with that slight pause so that we don't have to worry about falling. No falling.
Bodies in the streets.
See, functional workout, everybody. There you go. So that hinge right at that top of the leg. It's not around the belly button or where the pant sits. If you have a hard time with that, I recommend practicing in front of a mirror. Let's do one more. Nice. All right, we've got lunge clean to 4 pulses. So Tia's going to have it in her right arm and her right leg stepping back, okay? So it's a hip, 4, 3, 2, 1, and hip, up, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right. If you have no dumbbell, just what I was doing. I could feel that in my quads. Oh yeah. If you're wondering why I'm not working out, quite often we film multiple workouts back to back, and I have found and discovered that my old body can't do that anymore. So I bring in younger people. So the workouts are designed for you to do on an everyday basis, not necessarily designed the way we film them. So for me to be able to keep on working out time, other side, I have found I've needed to modify my activity levels. I can't do it all anymore. So I call in my friends.
I'm happy to hear about it.
All right. And she loves coming. And George, my German Shepherd, oh my gosh, he loses it when he sees her. You can always tell when someone's a good person, right? When your dog loves them. You're like, yeah, okay, this person's good. But anyways, just to the way that we have to film things, it's quite often 4 to 6 in one afternoon. So this is why you see a lot more of now Tia as well as my niece Cassidy coming to help. Way to hold that one. Nice. Last one, everybody. All right. Nicely done. Good form, my friend. Okay, everybody, let's do a little, grab a sip of water if you need it, and then maybe grab onto something to hold on to, and let's stretch out the quads. So this is why I don't recommend multiple workouts on your end back to back. Body doesn't like it. So it likes moderation, not extreme. And it's taken me 54 years to figure that out.
Just getting the
And
now.
tens of thousands of dollars in physiotherapy. Other side.
Perfect.
I know, I just saved myself the physiotherapy money and just bring in someone else to film a couple of workouts. You still get PJ, and it's still my programming.
That's what they call me.
All right, let's get into the hip flexor. Left knee on the mat. Bring that left hip forward. Now remember, we learned how to turn this into from nice to yummy. So I want you to push the bum back and then pelvic tilt. And then upright, inhale, and reach over. And release. Other side. So pelvic tilt, lunge into it, reach up. On your backs. Knees can be bent. Left leg comes up. Slight bend of the knee if that feels good for you. Hands can come behind the thigh if that's available to you. We're trying to stretch the back of your thigh. And then if that feels cool, straighten the other leg. Now here's a little tip. If this left leg starts to shake, I want you to let it go, okay? That shaking's actually your muscle spindles thinking that you're overstretching it. And if a muscle thinks you're going to overstretch it, there is no way it's going to release and allow you to stretch it. So just let it go. Even if it's a lot, don't worry. In the long run, you'll get better flexibility faster by listening to the cues your body's giving you. Left knee into chest, hands on top of shin. You might even want to come to the outside of the body, kind of clearing the rib cage. Now from here, we're going to go into a deep twist. This might not serve those of you with osteoporosis, so you'll just stay where we're at. Otherwise, take the right hand, bring that knee across, and then anchor yourself with that left arm extended. Shoulder height. Turn your gaze towards the left fingertips and hold. We're keeping both shoulders on the mat. to center. Left foot down, right leg up. Find that hamstring stretch, and if it feels good, feel free to straighten your other leg. Let's pick the head up, slide the chin in, and lower the head down. So we've got that length in the back of the neck. Bend the right leg, hands on top of the shin. Drive the right knee to the outside of the rib cage and up towards the armpit. Stay here, or if you're able to do a steep spinal twist, left hand pulls that knee across, right arm extends shoulder height, anchors you there, both shoulders on your mat. And then if you feel like it, you can turn your gaze to the right fingertips. And back to center. Roll on your side. Use your arms to press yourself up. Nice. And we did it. Hey, thank you so much for joining us for day 4. And we hope we see you tomorrow for day 5. Have a great rest of your day. Bye.